On Monday, April 22nd, the sun is going to move into the gate 27, and the earth is going to move into the gate 28. And the gate 27 is the mate of the gate 50. So we're going from the 50 being lit up, right, by the earth to the sun lighting up the gate 27, which is its mate. So there's a kind of continuity that's happening here. So let's go ahead and dig into the gate 27. So the 27 is on the sacral center, and so it's the center for life force energy. It is in that same sustainability circuit in quantum human design or defense circuit in traditional human design. So it's that kind of close in familial kind of energy. And the 27 is known as responsibility in traditional human design or accountability in quantum human design. And we colloquially call this the mother or grandmother gate because it is a beautiful, nurturing, caretaking kind of energy. This is that life force energy that we have for taking care of children, taking care of the elderly, taking care of those who are ill. And the reason it's been renamed accountability in quantum human design is that it can become codependent. It can be overgiving. You can sacrifice yourself to the point where you're not doing well because you're giving so much to others. Those of you who are mothers out there, know what I'm talking about. I certainly have had this at times during the course of my life as a mom. And so we want to make sure that even as we're caregivers and even as we're nurturing and, being loving to people who maybe don't have as much energy or aren't as able as we are for whatever reason that is, we don't want to do that into a way where we are harming ourselves. Right. And we don't want to make other people more important than we are. We don't want to subordinate our own needs and our own desires out of a desire to serve. There's often a negotiation, right? There's a negotiation, there's a discernment, there are choices to be made. But when we habitually decide that other people are more important than we are to the point where it's detrimental for us, that has to change. That is not healthy. It's not a healthy way to be. But the 27 can kind of be co-opted by narcissistic energies. So watch out for this if, during this transit for sure, but also if that is defined in your chart. If you notice that you have attracted narcissists into your life, if you've gotten into a situation where your role has been to really just take care of them and do whatever it is that they say that they need, right? Watch out for that because it can be very insidious. But in its higher expression, it's so beautiful. As long as you remember to put your oxygen mask on first before you do it for others, as long as you're making sure that you're still taking care of yourself and you're resting when you need to, you're getting time alone when you need to, you're having fun and joy when you need to, then this energy of the 27 is really beautiful. So the 27, the sun in the 27 is resting on the earth in the gate 28. So the 28, again, on the spleen center, and it is in the knowing circuit. So it's individual circuitry. And the 27, like the 51, which is also being highlighted during this time, is known as a little bit as a gnarly gate. Okay, that's how it gets called. It's the gate of struggle. It's part of the channel of struggle in traditional human design. And it's been renamed challenge in quantum human design. I even like to call it adventure. The 28, I have this defined in my chart, and I've done a lot of dance with it. The fear of the 28 is the fear that life is meaningless. It's very existential, like, oh, why am I here? Everything's so hard. I'm struggling so much. It can be victim consciousness. So you got to watch out for victim consciousness getting stimulated during this transit, because it can be if you're not aware. All of a sudden you start being like, oh my God, I can't believe prices, and I can't believe, this person is acting that way, and I can't believe I can't get this thing, or like whatever it is, right? So you want to watch out for that, because remember, you are not a victim. Right? You are not a victim. The 28 is an adventurer on the leading edge of consciousness. The 28 is the one that is pushing the envelope. Okay. And so if you can switch out of feeling like so many things are coming at you to being like, what's coming at me? What do I have to dive into? What is it that I get to explore and experiment with and learn and grow through? Right? If you can switch it into that, because inside of every challenge is a growth opportunity, right? It's a growth opportunity, even if it's an opportunity not to react when somebody's being an asshole. You know what I mean? It's like, that's an opportunity too. Yes, this person is acting out in a way that is really not okay with you for some reason, right? That is happening. But the growth opportunity could be to set a boundary, right? It could, especially if the sun's in the 27, you need to set a boundary. Or it could just be like, I am not going to react in this situation. I'm going to observe, I'm going to witness, and I'm not going to let it get to me. So there's always an opportunity to have an empowered attitude, no matter what's going on around you. It can be, if something happens, you can take the hit of that for a little bit, like, really? Like, that really just happened? Or really, that didn't just happen? Whoa. And so then you might need to have a little time to process the fact of what just happened or didn't happen. But it doesn't mean that you're going to stay in it and it's going to drag you down. You're going to go into that downward spiral, right? Be like, no, I'm not going into a downward spiral. I'm going to choose a different path, and I'm going to look for where is the leading edge, breakthrough, opportunity that maybe I've never gotten to experience before because I wasn't ready for it, but now I am. See, and that's the kind of energy of the 28 and the energy of the knowing circuit. When you kind of grab a hold of it and say, you know what, I'm going to use this for my good. I am not going to let this drag me down. And you can declare it. You can decide it. You can declare it. And when you ground yourself in that, right, you can become very powerful looking at what's going on outside you in the world. And as you do that, then you can shine out your light into caring and loving and being compassionate for the people in your life, but not doing it from a victim state. Now, you can see here in this interplay between the 27 and the 28, if you're overcaring and you're overgiving, or if you're taking care of a narcissist and you're not really exactly clear about what that's all about, right? You could fall into feeling like life is a struggle. You could fall into feeling like a victim. So you got to really watch it out during this particular transit, because you don't want, that's a very disempowering place to go, but you have choices. You have choices. And now that you know better, you're going to be able to do better.